Welcome, welcome everybody. Hi Pete, how you doing? Welcome everybody. So this is for those of you who are in the new lead source, just for those of you who are preparing to get the leads coming in. I want to talk about strategy, game plan, all kinds of stuff. So really, really important. If you can't stay for the entire live session, as soon as you drop off, put it in your scheduler to follow up on this, because when the leads start hitting, you want to already know what's going on. So we'll get started here in just a second. Welcome for those that just came in. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and show my screen and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so I don't have anything fancy to show you, but I got some just notes for myself. And Chris, if you're here, I saw you sent me a message and I was just starting to read it. I opened it up and I want to cover that. I saw that what you had said about the a higher open rate on the email that you were sending out, which is awesome. Okay, guys, so for today's discussion, just some notes here that I shared in the group just a moment ago. You might not be able to read this if you're looking at my screen. This is mostly for just to guide me because I'm between sessions, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to cover anything. So I want to talk about the comprehensive review. That's the video we send to people after they're in. Subject to change as we go, as always, but this I'm following as close as possible to what I did that was so successful for me, passing that on to you. It's tweaks along the way as we learn how to improve. So I'm going to go over the comprehensive review with you real quick. I'm not going to watch the whole thing with you. It's over an hour long. But what I want you to understand is, how does it fit in to the Robert Hollis approach? And when I say the Robert Hollis approach, I hope that you guys have been following at least some of what I've been talking about and maybe even plugged in some of his trainings. The Robert Hollis approach, you know, I call the connector rule, and I think he's using that same terminology. I'm basically just reframing and describing what I've learned from him. The connector role is very different from the prospecting role, which is very different from the marketing role, which is what we're doing here. Like when you're getting leads, that's marketing. How do we turn that into connecting? It's really important to understand that that's exactly what we want to do and understand why and how. So I want to get into all of that. The other aspect of what Robert teaches, which is part of the connector role or part of the connector philosophy, is he doesn't mind signing people up for free. That doesn't mean he's always signing people up for free, not at all. And people misunderstand that. It just means if that's where someone needs to start, well, he has a saying, get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. And so if somebody needs to start for free, he doesn't diss them or throw them aside like I might have done in the past. If that's where they fit in, you know, because that's part of the connector role, he will plug them in and he will get them referring people, because every one knows a 3, every 3 knows a 5, every 5 knows a 7, 8, 9, 10 in terms of the scale of influence. We're going to talk about that. I want to talk about the MDC app because that's going to, I think, play a role in all of this. It's not just you getting to use the app yourself to send a link or whatever. The power of the MDC app is also, it's very appealing to 8s, 9s, and 10s. It's very appealing to influential people. So you want to start using it, and so you can lead with that, so you can show 8s, 9s, and 10s the cool tools that are here that they can use while they're on the fly, while they're busy. When do you expect leads to start? I'll address that. Which the answer is very, very soon, like immediately, but we'll cover all the nuances of that. What to email the leads. So I'm going to talk about that. You get, plan for follow-up, broadcast emails, automation emails, text messages, which is part of the Genius app, Facebook Messenger. You don't have to do all of this, but we'll talk about, you need to do some of this, and ideally as much as you can, because if you hit people from different angles, all the more better. Zooms, introducing people to me, how that protocol works and all that. Referring people to events and webinars, as always, and to videos. So we'll talk about the follow-up. So comprehensive review and the strategy of how it fits into Robert Hollis, the MDC app, when to expect leads to start, and the follow-up plan. That's what we're going to cover today. Let me see what my next appointment is. I think we have almost an hour. I just want to make sure here. I haven't looked at my calendar since the morning started early. Okay, cool. So we have about an hour. Awesome. Okay, let's see here. 1 second, guys. All right, good. We got quite a few of you here live with us. Awesome. And then I got a message from Chris Cunningham. Chris, I'm assuming you're here, but I'm just going to read what you said. Hi, Mike. Relevant to this meeting we have soon, I have a page I've created that I'm thinking of adding into my initial automated and instantaneous sequence that I'm getting about 5 times better open rates than broadcasts. So I'm curious what you mean by that, Chris, but we don't have to go into it yet. If you're here a little bit later in the call, I want to talk to you about this. I'm just curious if it's an automated, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, your first email will always get a much higher open rate than your broadcast follow-ups, but maybe you mean something different. My immediate email will be a welcome message, tie me to you and Robin, great, fantastic, and then send them to this page. A personal why I'm here with this opportunity right now message. We'd love to give your thoughts. So we're going to talk about that as well. And I don't want people to feel like they have to do something like that. You might not be ready to, you don't need to, but we're going to talk about what Chris did there where he personalized that introduction and see if that's something that others of you want to do as well. And Chris, if you're here, I'll connect with you a little bit when we're talking about follow-up. That's awesome. I'm going to play part of this video. This is the updated comprehensive review. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm still editing it. I'm waiting for Robin to get back a couple of things I shot this morning that I included in it, but we're pretty much there. This is the video. This is one of the early videos, and Chris might be different because he has his own personalized email, which is cool, but very early in the process, somewhere in the process, and repetitively, I'm going to be recommending you send people to this comprehensive review because it's precise. It's following what I did that has been so successful for me.
It's Robin Lynn. In just a moment, you'll hear from Mike Klingler, who will share why now is the time to join My Daily Choice to reach your income goals. Last we met, I encouraged you to register at the MDC website, which you did, so welcome here. I hope you had a chance to watch the 4 videos that share the company, their products, how you get paid, and how to get started. Now, we're going to give you access to this exact system that we've been using to hit our income goals. You might have noticed people falling under your position, meaning you could have business volume building under you right now. But you don't want to wait because every Thursday night, those who enroll jump above those who don't. This system rewards action takers. So watch this video and join us today to capitalize on the most powerful team building strategy ever created. Now let's talk about how Mike and I support those of you who join our team. We're here to help you reach your goals, and we have a unique strategy. Here's Mike to explain.
Okay, so a lot of the rest of it's similar, although I did just shoot something that will go, this morning I shot something that will go right after Robin says that. That's,
you get to set.
That's kind of a similar tone as you see me, you know, now. It's a little bit different. And I want to weave as much of the new energy, I don't know what else to call it, you know, that I've, you know, evolved into after working with Robert Hollis into this. And that'll be something we'll just continually do. I would like the whole energy of this comprehensive review to be completely redone. But we don't want to wait for that. You know, that's just the reality of the marketing. The marketing methods, one of the disadvantages of the marketing method is you're constantly having to tweak it and evolve it, which puts it at a disadvantage to the connector role. Once you get the connector role down, you realize you never run out of awesome people to talk to. There's a little bit of a skill in developing the connector role, although that skill is about simplicity, duplication and simplicity, and making it easy and no resistance. So it's like, it's not necessarily, if somebody is coachable like I am, you know, like I'm listening to what Robert's saying. If somebody's coachable, and by the way, people that have never been in the industry before who are coachable can come in and just do amazingly well when they're learning the connector role. If they're coachable, it's very easy to learn the skill of connector. Like it's stupid easy. If you're not coachable, if you got ego in the way, and fear and overthinking is a sign of ego, then, you know, learning the connector role can take some time because you got to work through getting rid of the ego in the process. You don't have to get rid of your whole ego, but you need to, you know, you need to chisel away at the ego that's in the way of you just, doing what is simple and what works instead of, but wait, but, and all that. But no, that doesn't fit in with my worldview or how I think things need to be. Like, that's ego. I think Robert on a recent training was telling everybody, I'm really successful. Just do what I say. Just say what I tell you to say. And people still have a hard time with it. That's ego in the way. Connector role is super, super easy, silly easy. It's incredible and fast money and fast growth once you get it, which is easy to do because it's silly easy. Ego's in the way. So marketing is fantastic for us, and I'm one of them. There's a lot of them who ego has gotten in the way of easy. And I love it. And I think it's great. And I will, because as you're learning connector role, which I just started for the first time in my life 2.5 weeks ago, if you're still like learning the connector role, and by the way, I think I pretty much have it down now, so it doesn't take long. But if you're still learning connector role, you need leads and you need momentum and you need something to kind of propel you forward. And I think the marketing role is a fantastic way. Leads coming to you, automating the process, but we want to immediately move them into connector role as much as possible. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how we're going to do that. So we still got this comprehensive review. I'm waiting to hear back from Robin. She probably has a link for me already of the most updated version after adding a video I gave her this morning. And I'll just keep you posted on that. I'm going to talk a little bit more detail today about when I plan and expect for you guys to see leads. But let me just talk a little bit about these other points. How does the comprehensive review fit in with Robert's strategy? Free affiliates, bringing in free affiliates, that's different. The connector role. And what I mean by asking that is the comprehensive review, which is the video we were just looking at, it still emphasizes coming in at director, level 1, level 2, level 3, which is director, executive, executive pro. I don't know if I can fast forward to where it covers those, but it still covers it all that way. And here's the strategy. When we initially send the follow-up emails and initially make an early connection with people, I don't want to mention there's a free affiliate level initially. I want to see, just like I did, because we want to duplicate as closely to what I did as possible. I want to draw out people that are willing to put some skin in the game, which is Aaron Parker's strategy still, even to this day. Director, executive, executive pro. So let me restate this another way. Initially, and I don't know what initially, I'm going to try to describe to you what initially means. Initially doesn't mean 1 week, or is it 2 weeks, or at the 2.5 week mark, do we stop doing this, Mike? Don't think that way. It doesn't work like that. And I'm going to try to help you understand that. It's really simple. Just for now, initially, the first emails going out and the video we're sending them to, et cetera, the interactions initially with a prospect, with any particular prospect, is to follow the same protocol we did before, where they need to come in at director, executive, or executive pro. However, and here's the part that's different. If they don't have any money, and that's obvious, before I would have just dissed them. Now, the Robert Hollis connector strategy doesn't do that, because who do they know? And so now we'll meet with them if they don't have any money. If they're a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of confidence and influence, we'll still meet with them. We'll do a Zoom with them, and we'll show them how to get signed up for free, how to use the free tools, and how to start working towards making a check. That's the difference. Now, also, coming back to the word initially, we're initially moving them towards the comprehensive review, which is talking not about free affiliate level, but about director, executive, and executive pro. At some point, though, in the follow-up process, and I don't want you guys to get caught up on this, I'll have a more specific recommendation once we have the leads coming in, based on what we're seeing. It doesn't really matter, and what I need you guys to start really realizing is the details that you ask questions about don't really matter. Like the details don't matter that aren't covered. Like what Robert talks about matters. What I'm talking about matters. The other stuff that you're thinking about doesn't matter. Including exactly what day do we shift into letting them know there's a free affiliate offer. Doesn't matter. At some point, when it feels right, it could be yesterday or tomorrow, it doesn't matter. We will let them know there's a free affiliate level. I really want you guys to get out of your heads a little bit more and into intuition. People love to be told what to do, and they want to know that this is the way. It doesn't work that way. It just does not work that way. That's just the way. You got to accept that. There is no exact instruction book, and there doesn't need to be, and there shouldn't be. When the leads start coming in, as a process, for now, we're going to move them towards director, executive pro. At some point, when someone's at the 2-month mark on our list, the 2.5 month, whatever we feel like, some point, we'll let them know there's a free affiliate option. And it will depend on what's going on. It will depend on how many leads you have. It'll depend on if you need more leads. Like if you need more leads and more connection because you don't have a lot of leads coming through, or for whatever reason, there's just not a lot going on, you would be somebody that I would recommend sooner rather than later to let them know there's a free affiliate level and to start scheduling Zooms. If you're really busy and you already got stuff going on, probably don't want to mention the free affiliate option because you're already busy. You don't need any more connections. You don't need any more leads. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. So we talked about the comprehensive review. We talked about how the free affiliate option fits in, even though we're still leading with them coming in with director, executive pro. If we find out that they're broke or there's resistance to paying money, even in the early process, if they communicate that, we'll have a Zoom with them. You'll schedule a Zoom with them. You can schedule the Zoom with me at first. If I'm getting too backed up or busy, I'm going to show you how to do it and then introduce them to me. And we're going to show them how to get signed up for free and how to use the free tools and start working towards making a check right away, even at the free level. And then I've also shared with you, even in the follow-up process with the broadcast emails at some point, and it depends on exactly when and what's going on, intuitively, depending on what's going on, at some point in the follow-up broadcast emails, we'll even start to let them know there's a free affiliate offer to create more connections. And this is how this moves into the connector rule and what Robert Hollis is talking about. Hopefully we're gonna have time for Q&A today, so you can ask any questions you have about that. Don't overthink it. Leads will be coming in. I'll be giving you emails to follow up with. We're gonna talk a little bit more about what Chris is doing. And before we launch, or right when we launch, I'll be giving you like, here's the welcome email. Here's the next email to send. Here's the next email to send. Okay, but before we get into follow-up process, let's talk about the MDC app just in general. I put out a message the other day saying, learn the MDC app. So, hold on guys, let me, can you tell I'm excited and amped? I'm having so much fun with the connector rule, it's ridiculous. I went into marketing to avoid connecting. I went into marketing to avoid talking to people. Most online marketers do. In many cases, it's because they want to have leverage and they think that that's the best way to do it. They think if you have to talk and connect with people, that's not leverage. But when you understand the network marketing model and you're with a great company, the connector rule is actually the highest leveraging method. I will always, because I'm so good at marketing, I will always incorporate it into everything I do because it's just, to me, a really fast way to create a lot of connections. That's how I see it now, and to create a lot of momentum. And that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it is, what to do to create that momentum using marketing. But the whole point is to move into the connector rule because that's duplicatable. That doesn't require someone setting up lead capture pages, which causes a delay in duplication. It's lighter, it's easier, and it puts you in touch with really influential people. And it lets you bring really influential people to me and to Robert Hollis. That's what you want. When you're just doing marketing, you're limited on the level of influence of the person you can attract because most highly influential people don't enter their emails in lead capture pages. So, well, since every 1 knows a 3 and every 3 knows a 5 and every 5 knows a 7, 8, 9, and 10, we can use marketing to create momentum, and you can accomplish insanely successful financial goals and quickly, but only if you leverage that marketing into the connector role by leveraging who they know and who they know to quickly find the people of influence that you're bringing to me and Robert. Okay, MDC app. So log into your sites, doesn't have to be now, but soon, very, very soon, and go to tools and go to mobile app and read everything on this page. Watch this video by Josh. It's 56 minutes long, and he's covering the MDC app. And then download the app on your mobile device. So you'll need to come back in here on your mobile device and download the app. Learn how to use it. I'm not going to teach you how to use it. I'm doing other stuff for you guys, and I'm busy. So learn how to use the app from the community. Learn how to use the app from watching Josh's video. Practice using the app. Talk to each other. Start some support groups and help each other learn how to use the app. Learn how to use the app. Do it right away because that's going to be really, really powerful for a couple of reasons. One, it allows you to text videos, I believe PDFs, to your prospects from your phone. So when you're for those of you especially getting a lower amount of leads, you're going to want to maximize the ways that you're reaching out to those leads, and this will be one of them. Those of you getting a lot of leads through this, you might not be able to do that, but in the beginning you could start doing it randomly with as many as you can till you're in massive momentum. This is a powerful tool for you to use to reach out to your leads. Really important if you have not very many leads coming in, for those of you with lower budgets. For those of you who have massive leads, like $3,000, $4,000, one of you $6,000 a month that you're putting into leads, you're probably not going to be able to keep up with manually sending them from the MDC app, but you still can send, at first, you'll send to as many as you can to create the momentum. That's number one for why you want to learn how to use this app ASAP. The second reason why I want you guys all to learn how to use this app and to use it as much as you can until you're comfortable with it is because it's a very attractive tool to really, really busy people, which is who you want to attract. Busy people are 8, 9s, and 10s typically. You know, they're busy in their professional career. They're busy flying between countries to work for corporate America, which they totally want to get out of. They're busy in their network marketing business, and they're often traveling around. Or they're just moving about. They can't just sit for many, many hours behind their computer oftentimes, because they're making a lot of money, but they're giving their life away somewhere else to do it, and they want out. They love the MDC app. When they see you use it, you want to know how to use it really, really well, and because that's going to make it more apt for you to bring it up, talk about it, and to be able to show a successful person how it works. I'll just give you one quick example. James Lockett, and James, if you're there, hello. James connected me and Robert Hollis to an influential person who's in Dubai. He's not originally from Dubai, but he's there now working for corporate America. He's been in network marketing, successful before. In fact, there was a picture of him with Robert Hollis like quite a few years back together, which was funny because we just introduced, James just introduced him to Robert Hollis. My point is he's an 8, 9, or 10. He's extremely busy. He travels a lot. He's always out and about. So it was really powerful for James to be able to send him something from the Genius app for him to see how it works. The Genius app lets you send things, links and stuff about the company to somebody, and it shows you who downloaded it and who's watching the videos. And so you know who to follow up with. This is a really powerful tool for very busy people who are on the go, who tend to be 8s, 9s, or 10s. So that's the second reason why I want you guys to get used to using this app. Do it, don't delay. Don't ask me about it. That's one thing I want you guys to learn about on your own while I'm doing what I'm doing, teamwork, and help each other. Start a support group. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's too hard to use. When do you expect leads to, and I'll be doing the same thing, but I don't want to teach it. I'll talk about it more and more as we go forward, but you see what I'm focused on to get all this going. When do you expect leads to start? Let me just address that, and then we're going to go into follow-up details. When do you expect leads to start? Oh, whew, that's a tough question. Good question, guys. You know how to put me on the spot. No, I posed that question. I'm going to go ahead and say, if I had to, be nailed down to it, I'm going to say by Monday. by Monday or sooner, leads will start coming in. And I'm going to aim for sooner, but I got to talk with Robin about what days are best to turn on ads. You know, some days are better than others. I can't remember. It seems like Fridays weren't very good. So I just want to kind of turn it on a good day. And obviously we're still doing some editing, but I mean, Monday at the latest, and I'm aiming for sooner. So I'll keep you posted, you know, almost daily, if not even more than once per day now as we move closer. So you can be ready, but definitely be ready before Monday, meaning you're comfortable with the MDC app, you're using it, you're sending it out, you know, and then you know what you're going to do once you start getting the leads, at least in you know what's coming. You're not feeling like confused what's going on. And that's what today's call is, the first call to help us do. We're going to have more of these as we move closer and closer to getting these leads coming in. And obviously when the leads come in, we're going to be meeting daily. And I'm going to be working very, very closely with you guys. Let's talk about follow-up. One part of follow-up will be connecting me on Facebook Messenger. Here's how you do that. Please don't ask me this again. Everybody should be watching this. Like, I don't want to be repeating myself anymore. Okay, you go here to Facebook Messenger. If you don't know how to get to Facebook Messenger, get with a team in this group and help each other. And if you're always someone who's asking for help, start figuring out ways that you can help others so that they don't run every time you come around. But you know, if you're helping people in this community where you can, and not just always on the take, you're going to find plenty of people happy to help you. So if you need more help additionally to this, you should be able to find that help in this community. Go to Facebook Messenger, click on this little icon here to set up a group chat with me, and soon, and teach your teams to do this as you start to make a lot of money. And then you would type in my name. I don't think I can type in my own name. Actually, I can. Can I tag myself? I mean, that's not how it works. So let me use a different name. I'm going to type in Robert Hollis, but you would type in my name. And then, unless I've introduced you to Robert Hollis and you want to connect somebody to him, and that's certainly available to you as well. But you would type in my name, and then you would type in the person you want me to meet. Let's say I'm going to meet Mike, a different Mike. So you type in my name and the person you want me to meet, and then you come down here and you say, hi, Mike, I wanted to introduce you to so-and-so. You know, if you're talking to me, you'd say, hi, Mike, I want to introduce you to Mike Kampf. And I should use, that's a confusing example because we have the same names, Mike. I'm going to do Chris. All right, let's do it this way. Let's say Robert Hollis is me, because I can't type in my name, so I'm just giving you an example. And let's say you're introducing me to Chris Cunningham for the first time. So you type our names up there, and down here you'd say, hi, Mike, I wanted to introduce you to Chris Cunningham. I just met Chris the other day, and he asked me, you know, I introduced him to My Daily Choice, or he watched the video, and he asked a really good question. And he asked blah, 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 and I just wanted to connect you guys. And then you would edify me. Chris, this is Mike. He's making, you know, 6 figures in his first 7 months in this company. He's been highly successful in business and as a marketer. He can help you build an income very quickly if you listen to him. Depends what, you know, who they are and where they're at, but you want to edify the person you're introducing him to. And you want to do that even before we meet up. Keep it short, keep it simple. Like if I'm edifying Robert Hollis, I would say, you know, Robert's one of the most successful people in the network marketing industry. He's created 60 millionaires to date. And, you know, you really want to, if you want an easy, fast way to build an income, you want to listen to Robert. Let me introduce you to Robert. You edify the person you're introducing him to. But anyway, keeping this simple. Hi, Mike. Here's Chris Cunningham. Chris had a great question. I want to introduce him to you. Chris, this is Mike Klingler. He's a 6-figure earner already in the company, just on his 7th month. He's a famous marketer in the industry. Not sure if you heard of him, but wanted to make the introduction. Boom. I take it from there. You get rich. Guys, that's how it works. This is connector wool. You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to tell and sell. You're just looking for influential people to introduce me to, and I'm doing the same thing with Robert. And those of you who are actually doing the work are going to have so many influential people that I'm gonna introduce you to Robert, and you're gonna start introducing a lot of those influential people directly to Robert. Robert's here to help me get to 500K affiliate because he wants to get to master affiliate. That means we need to make you guys a lot of money. The ones that are gonna make a lot of money are the ones that are doing the simple things that connect, simply connect. You're not telling, you're not selling, you're not explaining, you're just connecting. You're constantly connecting. And you wanna connect the most influential people you can to me. Now, initially, I wanna help you guys learn what Robert has taught me recently, which is how to turn somebody who's on a scale of 1, low influence, low confidence, and a lot of times they sound like this. How much does that cost? Or they might write that. I'm making the funny voice because that depicts the energy behind the words, which is not successful at all, and why they are where they are. They send you, you know, someone who's a 1 could sound like this. I don't have any money. Is this going to cost me money? Somebody who's a 1 might sound like this. Is this a pyramid? Now, these are people that I might have responded to before, but for the most part, I was trying to flick them away. It was like so frigging annoying, I couldn't handle it. And I felt like they were like, I mean, vibrating so low that it was a risk to my health. That's how I looked at it. Since working with Robert, I see it differently, which, you know, fits more with who I am. I want to be able to help these people. So I never liked not being able to, but I just never believed that I could when I felt someone vibrating too low. And certainly there's still going to be a ton of people who vibrate too low, and there's just nothing you can do. And certainly if they're offensive or overly annoying or not respectful of your time, then you have to let them go immediately. But now if somebody says, how much does it cost? Or is this a pyramid? And I see they're vibrating very low, instead of immediately flicking them away, I now say, hey, I'll just if I see something like that, and I want to teach you guys this. And we'll, you know, I'm not just teaching you today. I mean, we're going to reinforce this, and I'm going to work with you guys with these leads until you got this down. Now, when we see something like that, it's just, this is someone that probably needs to sign up for free. If they ask that kind of question, how much does it cost? And it's just like, they don't even introduce themselves. It's just, it's so low vibe. It's so low culture. So if you get something like that and you just say, Jim, it sounds like the free affiliate level is the best way for you. Why don't we get on a Zoom? Now, if it were me, I would just say, why don't we get on a Zoom and I'll show you how to sign up for free, how to get access to all the free tools, the same ones I have access to. And we'll start working toward getting you a check by this next Thursday or by the following Thursday. How's that sound? Now, if they're not going to respond to that, then, you know, let them go. Don't be chasing anybody who's a 1. But a lot of people, you know, pep right up when they find out it's a free way. And so this is what, now, if you were doing it initially, you might say, hi, Jim. Well, here's the deal, guys. I want you to be able to see how I do these Zooms. My only concern is you guys are going to be bringing me a lot of these. Where we need to get as quickly as possible is you guys are bringing me, you know, at least people who are like 6, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Now, initially, though, I'm going to welcome you guys bringing me ones on a Zoom. If you literally don't know what to do, you need to see how it's done. We just need to understand I might be so slammed, we might need to make an adjustment. And we'll see what that adjustment is. I might have you guys invite them all to the same Zoom, but don't even tell them. Just say, you know, I want to introduce you to Mike. You might do a group chat and say, just like this one I just showed you, and say, hey, Mike, here's Chris. I want to introduce you to Chris. Hey, Chris, this is Mike. Mike makes 6 figures in this company already. He's only in his 7th month. He can show you how to make income with this. He's been very successful as a marketer. He knows how to make this really simple. I want to introduce you to. And you guys might all be doing that with me. And I've got like hundreds of friggin' people. And, you know, I might have my VA, or I don't know, have somebody come in here for me and just be me and say, hey, so-and-so, yeah, let's do it. Let's connect. Here's a Zoom. I'm doing a Zoom tomorrow at 6. Hop on. If I have so many that it's just insane, I might do something like that. And everyone just comes just thinking they're going to meet me. And then I'm just there saying, hey, everybody, glad you're here. Let's connect. and I'll take them through the process, you know, and you'll see how that's done. So we might do something like that. Ultimately, you want to bring me people that are actually, you know, half decent in terms of their mindset and stuff. But we might have to start there. I'm even going to do my best, and especially initially as the leads start coming in, those of you who are on top of it, who want to see me do that one-on-one, I'll even be doing that, and I'll record some of those and share with everybody what I'm doing. So, you know, the way that would sound is, and you guys can go ahead, this is how you should start it, by the way. Even if there were one, you would say, hey, Mike, here's so-and-so. They asked me, how much does it cost? I saw, right, you could literally say this, wanted to introduce you. They asked me how much it cost. I said, you're saying this in the group chat, if that's not clear. I said, doesn't have to cost you anything. Suggested the free affiliate option. Wanted to introduce them to you to show Chris how easy it is to sign up for free and see if you can help him make a check by Thursday. And then you'd say, again, you'd edify Chris, this is Mike, he makes 6 figures in the company already. It's only his 7th month. He can help you do this. And then I would take it from there. And again, if I start getting slammed, then we'll transition to what I just said a minute ago, where I'll still reach back out or have my team reach back out and get them on a session. Initially, though, I'll be doing as many of these one-on-ones as I can and recording them. And so you guys can come there and see what I'm doing. And all I'm basically doing is showing how to sign up for free. I like to do them one-on-one. I'm going to encourage you guys, once you get the hang of this, of doing them one-on-one, because when you're scrolling past the products down to the free affiliate level, it's like just a really like appropriate, non-awkward moment to say, are you sure you wouldn't like to try the products? And then they usually hesitate, and you say, you know, they've got a 60-day, you say it really slow so they really hear it, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Even if you use the products, like the bottle's empty or the cream, the Renew cream is empty, and you can still get all of your money back. I just want you to know that. And then I also share a few things about which ones I like. They still don't want to do it. We just go back. We don't go to the bottom and sign them up for free. But a lot of people actually start asking questions and might want to buy something then and there. So I want you guys to see how I do that. It works really, really beautifully. It's extremely duplicatable, and it's super awesome. But let's say they just want to sign up for free. Then we're going to show them how to use the tools, show them how to find their website, remind them how cool it is. They have access to these tools for free. They're the same tools I have, and I came in at the highest level. They have for free. We'll show them how to use the MDC app, or at least show them where it is, tell them to watch the video, and tell them as soon as they get a pre-enrollee to let you know. And as soon as they get a pre-enrollee, we're going to want to do the same thing with them. We're going to follow up with them, kind of find out, did they watch the videos? No, that's okay. Let's get on a Zoom and show you how you can make some money with this as soon as next Thursday. You just keep duplicating that process till you find somebody with a success mindset like me, who, you know, doesn't dink around with free and doesn't dink around at all. And there's a lot of them, guys, if you start just going with the path of least resistance. So that's the short end of that part of it, and how to do a group chat. I'm gonna have to go in 20 minutes, so let me speed up here. 1 second, guys. Make sure I don't miss anything. These are just notes for me. Okay, more about the follow-up. So when we first get the leads coming in, which again can be as soon as next Monday and maybe sooner, we'll give you a play-by-play so you have a couple days notice. We're gonna give you the first email you send, the second email you send, the third email you send, and I'll probably have like 3 to 5 emails I give you right when you have your leads, that you're gonna want to either load into an autoresponder or just broadcast out. And then as the days go on, I'll just keep giving you more. And what I'm doing is I'm going through all the emails that I've sent out before and seeing which ones got the best results. And I'm just kind of packaging those and kind of reusing what I've already used before with slight little maybe tweaks just to update them, and just using what worked for me before that got all the enrollments that I got with the same lead source. You might prefer that I give those to you now, but I'm busy. So I'm going to give them to you when you need them, which is right before you get your first lead. And that allows me time right now to work on the video and to keep doing Zooms, to keep this momentum going that we got. So, okay, so you'll have your emails. I'm going to talk with Chris in a minute about what he was saying. If he's here, it sounded really interesting. Okay, so if you know how to automate your emails, do it. If you don't, just send them out by broadcast. We don't want to dink around with teaching you any of that right now. We want results. We want you to get results. And so that's the focus during this blitz. And so initially, you're just going to send broadcast. If you don't know how to send out broadcast emails, you better start asking around the community and stuff. We've already covered a lot of this stuff months ago, but if you can't find the training, just, go ask somebody, what system are you using to send out broadcast emails, and learn as quickly as you can how to do it right now. Hopefully you guys know how to do that. And if not, it shouldn't take you more than a couple of days. So that's what you should be doing right now. If you know how to automate the emails, cool. If not, I don't want to get into that right now. I want to keep it on results. I never automated my emails. So during the splints is not the time to do that. Text for me to be teaching that. Text messages, if they give you their phone number, you should be texting them. What should you be texting them? We'll talk about it when you get your first lead. It's intuitive. It's like, hey, how you doing? Saw you. I'm just giving you an example. It doesn't even really matter that much. As long as it's simple and short. Saw you registered into my lead capture page. You want to connect on a Zoom? You're just reaching out. Or you could send, and I'm going to be encouraging you guys to start sending. I would actually reach out with something friendly, like I just said, inviting them to connect on a Zoom. And we'll talk more when you have the leads about different text messages you can send. But the bigger point is then follow that up with like something from the Genius app. Facebook Messenger, go look for them on Facebook and see if you can find them, in which case you would friend them and say something simple like, hey, you signed up at my lead capture page. Here's a reminder of what it was. If you want to make an income, let's connect on Zoom and see if they respond. And if they do, you're gonna get to talk to me, guys. We're doing events all the time. So right now you don't need to know what happens next. You ask me then. It's like, don't overthink. It's like, you're just connecting and looking for those that are responding, who are vibrating the highest. And then you're gonna connect with them with me on Facebook Messenger. And then we're gonna use Zooms, which is the next part of this follow-up process, use Zooms to connect them to me. You can introduce them to me, like I said, using Facebook Messenger. And obviously in the follow-up emails that we'll keep giving you to send to them, you're gonna refer them to MDC events. You're gonna refer them to live events that I continue to do for them. And you're gonna refer them to webinars that I'm holding or Zooms that I'm holding, and any additional videos that Robin and I create as part of the follow-up. Okay, pretty simple, guys. Super, super simple. You don't have to know how the whole world works to start finding your place in the world. Don't try to have it all figured out. You start getting leads. We're going to give you the emails to follow up with them. You understand the goal and the strategy initially to use the comprehensive review that we're emailing them to bring in directors, executives, and executive pros. But if somebody's resisting that or they're asking dumb questions, I don't mean that meanly. Like if it's obvious they're vibrating really, really low, instead of trying to sign them up at something that costs them money, we're just going to offer to meet them on a Zoom to show them how they can sign up for free and start making money as soon as Thursday. And then you're going to introduce them to me in a Facebook group chat like I just showed you. And if I get overwhelmed, we already have a plan of being able to address that. But initially, I'll be doing a lot of individual Zooms with you until that happens. I want to read what Chris wrote. Hey, Chris, are you here? I'm going to look for you right now. Yeah, you're here. Hey, Chris. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Doing really good. How you doing, man?
Good, thanks.
All right. So you said, relevant to this meeting, I have a page I've created that I'm thinking of adding into my initial automated and instantaneous sequence that I'm getting about 5 times better open rates than broadcast. So by that, do you mean that it's getting a lot better open rates what do you mean by it's automated, so it immediately goes out and you're saying it gets 5 times better open rates than broadcasts, and you think maybe that's because of the email itself, or it's because there's not a delay in sending the welcome broadcast? Like, tell me as much as you can about what you mean by that.
Yeah, sure. So I think it's a timing issue. So when they fill out the MDC lead capture page, I'm automating that process in there, immediately getting an email from me in Aweber. And I'm getting like a 28% open rate on that versus, so my first, and then about 15 minutes later is the second email with the comp review, and that's about 25% open versus like 5 to 8% I'm getting from broadcast messages.
Because the broadcast you're sending like the next day or something.
Yeah, and even emails later on in the sequence, they're about 5 to 10%. But those first two, which are like within 15 minutes, a lot of people are opening.
So it would be ideal that the moment somebody opts into the MDC lead capture page, that you guys have it set up where they're getting an automated email. I just don't want people to feel like I never had that, and I had tremendous success. For sure, it's one of the many areas where you can improve results. Chris, did you ever make a video to show people how to do that? I know you were going to, but I don't know if you ever got around to it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was involved, but more people than not have said it's worked for them. So I think it's something people can follow if they have Zapier and a little bit of familiarity with that.
Okay, guys. So where do we refer them to watch your video for those that want to set it up to do that?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube. I can post it in the group chat once we're done
post it
here
in the
if you
group
want.
chat. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that, Chris. So just to reiterate for those who don't know, Chris figured out how to set it up so that after somebody enters their email in your MyDailyChoice lead capture page, there's actually a way, and Chris shows you how in a video, how to set it up so that your prospect will automatically get an email at that very moment. And he's saying he's seeing a much higher open rate than when he does it the way I was doing it, which, I have people opt in and it might be later that day, and sometimes even the next day, that I would just broadcast an email to those new prospects. And I make sure that it makes sense that the open rate would be higher if they're immediately getting that email. But again, for expediency, I'm not making that like a requirement. It's a suggestion. I didn't do it. I got great results. I've always planned to do it, but haven't done it yet because there's other things I'm doing. It's all about prioritization. And so it's awesome that Chris created a how-to video. But here's my point to you guys. If you start to go through Chris's how-to video and you get overwhelmed and you start to feel like a lot of negativity, stop doing it. Do it the way I did it. Come back to that later. But if you want to go through it, jump into it, go through what Chris is doing, get it figured out, I think it would be an awesome additional area that increases results. Just always remember there's always things we can do to increase results. Don't feel like you have to have everything perfect before you start reaching out, getting leads, connecting. Chris, that's awesome. You also wrote, my immediate email will be a welcome message. Tie me to you and Robin. Let them know I'll be sending the comp review in about 15 minutes and then send them to this page. So you actually, so you have an immediate email that goes out to them. And then do you have it automated that the second email goes out about 15 minutes later?
Correct. Yeah, that's the second email in the sequence once they're in my Aweber.
Okay, so a lot of the email systems don't let you send a welcome email and then a email 15 minutes later. So Aweber lets you send it that fast, the second email.
Yeah, that's, you set up a campaign and yep, you can do it in minute increments.
That's pretty cool because like I think iContact, you can say like the first one goes out immediately and the next one you can set like at 0 days and you don't know exactly when it's going to go out. So that sounds like another advantage to Aweber. So guys, that's pretty cool. He's able to set it up so that the second auto sequence goes out 15 minutes later. So do you show that in your video too?
I think I go through the campaign a little bit briefly.
But anybody who has Aweber could go through their trainings and figure that out, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you just, it's the campaign section.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so just to reiterate, he has it set up where somebody enters their email, your prospect enters your email from the ads or anywhere into your MyDailyChoice lead capture page. They get an immediate welcome email, and then 15 minutes later they get the next one. What's your open rate on that next one?
So the first one's 28. The second one is 24.
That's really, really high. That's really good, Chris. A personal why I'm here with the opportunity right now message, that's in the second email.
That's what I'm thinking of doing, having, no, in the first email, actually, having a link to that.
I'd love to get your thoughts on the messaging when you can. I was going to keep it shorter and then decided, I mean, your guess is as good as mine, Chris. You're already, I mean, I can see what your wording is and then give you input, but what you're saying here sounds awesome. If you want to share the exact emails, I can give you input, from there. But in general, what you're saying sounds fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, you're already doing much more than I ever did, to improve results.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just trying to get that personal introduction, and I go through why I think this is the company, and just to try to make that connection and
Yeah, yeah.
try to.
For those listening, when you get your first email, you're going to notice that it's going to be worded for you to introduce yourself personally into the process and help them understand your relationship to Robin and I immediately. And that will be reinforced in a lot of the early follow-up emails, and even reinforced from time to time throughout. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Chris, if you want to send me your email, we could use it kind of as a, as a template for others, and I can give you like exact input on the email that you have planned. Or you can wait till the one I share. I'll be sharing the first couple you guys send out, a couple days before you start getting your leads. And then you can work off of that one if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. I'll send you what I got for now. When you can take a
Awesome.
look at it, that'd be great.
Sounds awesome. Let's look at your video really quick.
Yeah. So this isn't a video. This is just the text version. Eventually I would like to do it in video.
Oh, you mean your video, or sorry, your email will link into this?
Correct.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, your guess is as good as mine on how this will impact results. That's when it all comes down to testing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's literally, there's no way for me to know if sending them here will bring you a better or worse result than what I did.
Right.
Because it's different. The only way we can know is by finding out.
Yeah.
And that's what they call split testing, though you won't be able to do a perfect, exact scientific split test. I mean, if you wanted to, you could send some of your leads to the other way and this way and see which one brings better results. My gut feeling is it will do better in many ways. I mean, it's a long read, right? Like that's the only disadvantage. I'd be, my quick input would be put a lot more of these kind of headlines every few paragraphs. Because
Sure,
people typically will scroll down and see one that catches their eye, and then they start reading it, and they scroll down. That's just a copywriting trick, to get people to read a lot of text.
Sure. Okay.
Sticking a video in here obviously can help engage them. So, we're not going to have time to do like expert copywriting stuff, but, you're getting into copywriting here. So quick tips, lots of headlines throughout here instead of just the text. A video in here that could really help. And then where's the link sending them? Get started with our team. I mean, they're already a pre-enrollee. The only problem with what you're doing there is you're going to get a lot more people signing up for free because they're going to go there before they know what's going on, right? Because you're sending them there early. They didn't watch the comprehensive review. Now they're going back here and they're seeing they can sign up for free. So that's the only one thing I'm seeing, that you're going to see a lot more signups for free without you there. So you weren't able to get as much out of it.
Yeah.
I would send them to the comprehensive review.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot less directors and executives. Automated. But cool. Very cool. What Chris is doing here is making it personable. I just don't want people to feel like they need to do that, though, Chris, because most people just can't.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to be showing you guys is what I did. And then people who've learned a lot through this process can start to personalize it as much as they want to, like Chris is doing there. But you don't have to, guys, because I didn't. So Chris, awesome. It looks fantastic. Share with me your email and let's go from there.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. Awesome work. Very good. Okay, guys, I got to get ready to go here in a minute, and I wanted to have more Q&A, but we're just not going to be able to on this one. So maybe watch this again if you feel like there's some details you need to have sink in. Definitely watch the MDC app video from Josh. Start using it. I don't want to scare the hell out of people here. So what Chris just covered, just if that's like scary to you or you don't know what the hell's going on, like forget we ever had that conversation. I'm going to show you guys what I did and keep it simple to duplicate the results that I had. Now within that, the part that, when a prospect emails me or messages me, how I respond is really, really friggin' important. So when someone says, how much does it cost? Or whatever they might write, the difference between your guys' results and my results, that's where it's gonna happen the most. And I'm gonna keep teaching and reinforcing what to do. And again, if it's a low vibration question, because they can ask anything, right? If it's a low vibration question, and maybe at first you guys can bring me stuff and ask me, is this a low vibration question, until you get it. If it's a low vibration question, I would immediately move them into, sounds like you need to sign up for free, or sounds like maybe the free option's best for you, because you can still make money at the free option. How about we hop on a Zoom? I show you how to sign up for free, show you how to use the tools real quick, and we can help you get to a check maybe as soon as this Thursday. How does that sound? It's a low vibration question. That's your response. If it's a higher vibration question, you guys are going to be able to bring, that's a great question, Josh. Let me introduce you to Mike. He's making 6 figures in the company. In traditional business and online marketing, he's known, is making 7 figures regularly. He's really good at business. He can show you how to do this really simple. He can answer your questions. Let's hop on. Let me make a friend request and introduce you to Mike on Facebook, and then you can work with him directly. He can answer your questions. How's that sound? Like, I'm going to be teaching you how to just to connect, instead of having to be the person answering their questions and stuff. If you follow that advice and you follow the template that I give you, you're going to be able to do fantastic. You're going to be able to create so many people coming your way, so many people referring you and me leads. You'll never have an issue with leads again. And that's what I want you guys to get out of this, to create so much momentum and to get so many people coming from these leads that turn into more leads and more leads and more leads, that you won't need to have to buy leads anymore. All right, guys, we're going to do a lot more of these. This was just the first one. They'll be kind of impromptu. So like today or yesterday, I said, hey, we're going to have a session tomorrow at noon. It'll be kind of like that. As we get closer to announcing the exact day the leads are going to start, which right now it's going to be Monday or sooner, might be sooner. When we get closer to the exact day we're going to launch the leads, these will become more and more planned and not so improvisational. And again, before you get your leads, I'll have your first several emails that I suggest that you send out, to introduce yourself and send people into the new comprehensive review, which I hope to show you within the next day or 2. All right, guys, I'm going to keep you posted. This is so dang easy, this business, once you understand it. I've learned so much from Robert Hollis. I really encourage you guys to plug into anything and everything you can of his. And I'm just going to keep showing you how to merge the marketing strategy with the connector strategy that I've learned from him, to get in a position where you have so many referrals to such high quality people, and you're just connecting them to me and Robert Hollis, that you get in such fast momentum that you never worry about leads again. You never wonder how to build this business again. You want to become what I like to call a rainmaker, which is a term to describe a connector, someone who's just really good at connecting. You don't have to sell and tell or be the expert. You're just connecting people to me and Robert until you're in momentum. All right, guys, we'll have more of these. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.